Where do I start? Now, this is a common question I hear, particularly from women who've recently given birth. Now, this is so specific to the person that I'm working with. Basically, there's a phrase, you can only train as hard as you can recover. Now, the reason why that phrase exists is because people have different physical abilities, and particularly even after having children, there's different, birth situations. Some are natural, some are C-section, and that means the recovery time is totally different. It also means that your body is really unique. So some people might have not done any exercise before even having kids, and all of a sudden want to lose loads of weight. Well, I'm sorry, but your body's just going to take more time because it's gone through a lot of shock, and you're constantly having to change and evolve as a mum. So for me, when I say where do I start, I basically have to understand what is going on with that person, what's going on in their lifestyle, what have they done before, did they exercise or move during pregnancy, do they have any underlying health issues? Because this all has a big role to play in where to start. But first of all, the gym shouldn't really be the first starting point. Most of the time as a mom, it's important to get out with your child because that is the best exercise you're going to get. Not only is it amazing to bond with your baby, but it's also something that a lot of women fear. I remember when I first gave birth, I was not really a baby person, and all of a sudden I've got a newborn child, I've got to take them out into the world, and I'm solely responsible for that child because my husband was at work. And I thought, oh my God, I'm so scared. What if I drop that baby? What's going on? And actually me going out with baby made me more bond with my own child. And also, you got to remember your baby is a weight. So I remember I was carrying my baby on me as well. So it was not just about me getting my steps in, it was bonding, but also, getting that weight and, connecting with my baby. That's the first place I would suggest starting if you've just had a baby. But if you've had a C-section, this is a really big surgery. You're cutting 7 layers of your skin open, and it's not an easy recovery. Now, I personally, the first time had an emergency C-section, so the recovery was a lot more traumatic, and it was not just a physical recovery, it was a mental recovery. And a lot of people don't take that into consideration. They're just like, oh, I want to lose 10 kilos. Well, actually, it was something that took me longer the first time than the second time, which was a planned C-section for me. So the first time it took me, basically 3 months to really recover for me to be able to do any weight-related training. Someone who's already done weights in the past, so for me to go back into weight training wasn't that hard. For someone who's starting weights, I actually say start with the body weight first and start with home workouts. Be in your safe environment, because going to the gym as well, it's really overwhelming, especially if you've just given birth. It's really, a new, environment because you're kind of transitioning your old world to your new world. Finding a safe space in your own home and starting with your whole home workouts, 15 minutes a day, or even 15 minutes every second day, so it's 3 times a week, would be a really good start. And I personally specialise in creating these home workouts for mums based on each individual needs. But first of all, I think it's really important to understand whether a woman has gone through any emotional trauma as well. Dealing with that trauma is a big mind block for women. It's why a lot of mums fail when they don't address their mental health concerns. It's because they're so overwhelmed with what's going on in the fact that they're not sleeping, that they've got a new baby, that they're not really prioritising themselves. And it is hard to prioritise yourself when you're half asleep. But taking those small steps of getting outside, getting that fresh air, starting with those 15 minutes that are manageable when baby's asleep or when your husband can take baby is the best way forward. Don't overwhelm yourself by taking some extreme step and trying to achieve something that's out of the world, unachievable in that moment in time. It might have been achievable without kids, but start small. And then eventually when you've got a routine going, increase that. Even if it's 5 minutes a day to 15 to 20 minutes. Then the next couple of weeks, you can start to increase that, frequency. That's what really worked well for me, and I know it's worked well with loads of other clients I've worked with. The ones that I see that actually fall off the bandwagon are the ones that are super, enthusiastic and want to go and do 45-minute workouts straight away. They might do it for the first week, and then afterwards they stop doing any exercise at all because it's put them off. So make sure you're doing something that's actually psychologically you're ready to do as well. So start small, start with baby steps, literally.